Hi, Julie. Long time no see.
Hello, how are you?
Over there, good. You must be busy.
Ms. Connolly, you're live.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the public safety meeting for November 10th. I'm going to ask Petra to call the roll, please.
Ms. Conley,
Here.
Ms. Johnstone, Mr. Tomei,
Here.
Ms. Byer. Did we lose Julie?
I think
Yeah.
she's coming back in now. She's
Okay.
present.
Mr. Williams,
Here.
Mr. Elder, and Ms. McDonald.
Here.
Thank you. First thing on the agenda is I will accept a motion to approve the minutes from two sets of minutes from our previous meetings. Do I hear such a motion?
Also move.
Did anyone have any questions or comments on the minutes? All right, all those in favor? Aye.
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 Motion carries. We'll move right down to our reports. Lieutenant Brokaw for the Sheriff's Department.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Mine's gonna be pretty short and sweet, but it's gonna be it's a pretty happy report. Last week, we made an arrest on our bicycle thief out there.
Yay.
Awesome.
We set up, with the help of Tony and some of his people, we got some information, and detective office, along with one of my guys, we set up a little sting operation and went and bought a bike from a gentleman at a storage unit. Confirmed it was one from Kiowa, and then went back to buy another one and found about 5 bikes and
Wow.
golf clubs and surfboards and a few other things in there. So,
Wonderful.
Good work.
so we are very happy about that.
That's great.
And he's getting ready to face a few more charges that we found some other things once we started going through his belongings. He had been arrested before once in Mount Pleasant for something similar to that. So, but other than that, things are going well. Our guys are enjoying their time out there working, and if there's anything specific we need to do or that y'all would like us to look into that we aren't, please don't hesitate to let us know.
Thank you. That's great news. Did the Craigslist find help you at all?
The original one did not, but
Uh-huh.
we developed another one. Got some information from Tony and his people, and we built off of that. And that one certainly paid off.
That's wonderful. Okay, so we're going to put in our correspondence to everyone, we are going to mention the importance of locking your bikes and also registering your bikes with Kika. That should help people and help you if you
Definitely
have.
helps.
Okay. All right, any questions for Lieutenant Brokaw?
Was the person you arrested on John's Island or farther away?
He lived on John's Island. The storage shed was right there on Maybank across the street from the little theater there on James Island. And he worked as a bartender out there at the club.
Huh. But in his free time, he just picked up things that didn't belong to him.
Yes, he did.
Great.
Not anymore.
Okay, thank you very much. Moving on to fire. Who do we have today? Chief Stanley?
All right, how everybody doing?
Very well.
All
And
right,
yourself?
we're doing pretty good. I have my assistant chiefs in here with me today, so they can see the process and we move forward from here.
Great.
So, and just to let you know, Chief Ryan is out of town at this point. He should be back next week.
All
He's at
right.
just a few things to go over with you. Our mask mandate is still in place at the fire district.
Okay.
So nothing have changed with that. We also is working with EMS, still working with EMS to get the details worked out, having the medic unit placed at Station 6.
Good.
We're getting close to that. That should be done shortly with that. Station 4, and Bill can add to this. Station 4, all the work at Station 4 is completed. And if any questions with that, I'm sure Bill can answer that for y'all. We're still in the process getting a new boat. That should be ordered shortly and should be here later next year sometime. We had a fire at 64 Ocean Course last week. Was oven fire. Just a report that the crew got there and took care of everything, and very minor damage to the property out on Ocean Course. So that comes real good there. And that's about all I have. Now unless some people have some questions for us, and I can go from there.
Actually, I did want to ask you, and I wanted to ask Lieutenant Brokaw, whether you had any emergencies as a result of the weather this weekend.
For the fire district, we didn't have any fire-related incident or anything from the weather. No more normal EMS calls, but it was not due to the weather.
Very good.
Same with us. We had nothing either.
Okay, great. It's quite a rainfall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, do we have any questions for Chief Stanley? Moving right along to EMS. Mr. Abrams.
Good morning, Ms. Donnelly. Sorry, I'm actually looking at my screen with my data on. So in October, EMS had 16 responses from Kiowa. 13 of those 16 were under 20 minutes responses. We had three extended ETAs. One was from the medic unit that was still coming from Station 10. That was a 37-minute ETA on a non-emergent call.
Okay,
The report we sent to Petra shows a 46-minute response. That was actually for EMS, a 32-minute response. The patient changed their mind after about 10 minutes. So they decided they would like to have EMS respond. So then we responded in 32 minutes, again, for a non-emergent type call. And we had a 31-minute response time on October the 21st. That was not the unit from Station 10. That unit was actually on a call for a fall. They came out about 20 minutes prior to that call for service. That just kind of reiterates, I think, what Chief Stanley's saying as far as our efforts to get the second medic unit for Kiowa, so that we don't have those 2 or 3 calls every month with those extended ETAs.
when will the medic vehicle be installed and available for use?
All we need to work on now is just getting the electrical work done over at the Station 6. And we also need to get an IGA with St. John's. So once we get those 2 things, the agreement and then the electrical cords, then we'll be able to go live with getting an ambulance.
Is somebody working on the electrical?
Yes, ma'am. We spoke with Ms. Tillerson as well. She's assisted us, and we work with, I think we're working right now with my deputy chief for logistics is working with Chief Stanley's team to get the electrical work done.
And the IGA?
The IGA I'm working on right now is to try to draft something simple, just a couple of pages for the chief of the fire department to take a look at and make sure that he's okay with it.
Okay, great. Any questions for EMS? See, we have Mr. Bialek here too. Okay. All right, next we have Beach Patrol. Rob was on before.
Good morning. I'm here. I've had some connectivity issues. I don't think I have enough bandwidth to do video this morning, but if y'all can hear me, we're good. If not,
That's good.
Oz can work. All right. So the off-leash seasonal off leash time has started, and so as long as dogs are under voice command for the majority of the beach, they can be off leash. But I have instructed my guys to make sure that we're enforcing the voice command part of the ordinance, because I know that's been mostly problematic, or the most problematic thing that we've gotten some feedback about over the last year or so. So we're asking them to pay a lot more attention to that. Aside from that, this week specifically, you already mentioned the weather, but in addition to the heavy rains, there's been high tides that have also coincided just with the natural lunar calendar. And so seeing high racks and boardwalks between like Boardwalk 32 and the Beach Club primarily. We also have started discussions with the Consolidated Dispatch Center in conjunction with all the public safety entities in the area to find some more efficient ways to notify Beach Patrol of calls in our area. And so we're working through that, and they're waiting on some more agreements and paperwork to come in, where I believe, and get some preliminary changes in the meantime. So I believe I had mentioned that we were applying for a designation as a year-round advanced agency, which is the highest level of certification for the United States Life Saving Association, which governs open work lifeguards. And so just last week, they voted on that and the standards for being a year-round as opposed to a seasonal agency. So proud to report that. We also have our upcoming regional meeting for the USLA, which is all of the beaches from Jacksonville to Virginia Beach and Charleston. It's Charleston's turn to host that meeting, and so we're actually going to be doing Kiowa, and we reached out to the resort, and so we'll be having a bunch of lifeguards coming in January for a conference here on Kiowa. And then two last. Am I back?
Now you're back.
Okay. So last two things. What was well, I don't know where I cut off, but two more things I was going to mention. One, we've been invited to participate in a Stingray research study out of the University of California, San Diego Medical Center. And so we'll be reporting statistics to them and getting feedback as far as the efficacy of our treatments and the most beneficial treatments going forward. And then finally, just a report on the code enforcement side. We're going to have a comprehensive review of all of the statistics and numbers for both Beach Patrol and nighttime code enforcement. But just year to date, it looks like for short-term rental related violations, we've actually issued 44 tickets that have either gone to court or are pending. So I believe there was a question about the number of citations last month that hopefully that is what you were looking for. And I think we've seen, just by writing tickets and just natural progression into the wintertime, we're seeing a decrease significantly in the number of violations that we're finding. So,
were there any challenges for the tickets that went to court?
I believe that so far we've had 100% conviction rate, and I'll need to double check that, but I haven't heard of any of the citations that we've written that have gotten dismissed.
That's correct. They've all been guilty verdicts.
Great. Hi, Michael. I heard this voice. Okay. Anything else for Rob? Beach Patrol.
The moment when he cut out was simply to say that we are hosting our regional lifeguard conference in January at the sanctuary. So we'll have representatives from every beach from Jacksonville to Virginia Beach here for our regional conference.
That's great. Okay, if there's no other questions for Rob, Bill, did you want to comment on anything on the firehouse?
Just to build on what Chief Stanley said, the Station 4 is complete. We were finishing up some final paperwork and the final payment has been made, so it is totally done. Station 6 continues to have a few issues that we're working on to get corrected. So that's still actually in the works.
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, so it's very good news about the bicycle and theft report. At this point, I'm just gonna go around and see if anyone has any questions or comments. And I'm gonna start with Julie. Okay, Julie's off.
I don't have anything. Thanks, Marion.
How's everything at Freshfields? You're busy?
Definitely busy. Yes,
Getting ready for Christmas, for the holidays?
we are. Next week, you'll see, let's see, looking at the calendar. Yeah, next week, our trees will arrive at the end of the week and we'll have all of our holiday decorations ready to roll before Thanksgiving week.
Great. Look forward to it. You always do a nice job. Okay, next, Dwight Williams, do you have anything you want to say, ask, comment on?
No, Marianne, I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, Bonnie?
Just great job by the Sheriff's Department and by Kika Security, solving that. Great job.
Thank you.
And does anybody else have any questions or comments? Did I miss anybody? No. Okay. If that's it, thank you all for participating. I appreciate it. And thanks for all the good work you do. I hope you have a great day.
You
All right,
too.
you have a good day also.